as well. All right, we're live.
Let me see if it's on Insta.
It should be now.
I can't see you.
At all?
Now, now I can.
Because I switched. Check
Okay,
what's on
but
the.
I'm not sure if I'm live.
I think you are.
Let me just see. Let me go to Instagram. If I go to Instagram on my personal Instagram, I can't see that Life on the Tour is live.
Really?
Um,
Okay, let me check. I've got one viewer, mate.
I can just see the stories.
Okay. Live on the tour. If I click that.
See what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Oh, I've got one good thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Good notes.
Okay, wait up. Oh, now it should be. All right. Now it should be on Insta.
Okay, now it is.
Is it on YouTube?
Now it is. Yeah, it's a tiny bit delayed though. Hold on.
That's all right. Oh, my voice is delayed?
Yeah, no, it's just, I can see now. Yeah, it's a tiny bit delayed. All right.
Oh, yeah, we can see the comments on the right as well. Z Tennis.
All right, Cruz. So
this
will probably build a few people more will start to listen to it. It is Monday afternoon. We thought of a different route. We just, Dano and I haven't been in the same place for a while, and we're keen to catch up. We thought it'd be cool to actually catch up and chat with each other on the live stream, and then people can ask any questions, anything anyone wants to hear as well. Feel free to fire away about us or about any other players or any other thing in tennis. So, sup, Jesper? How are you, brother? Jay Arnold, Tennis Brothers. Jay Arnold, I posted your hats off today. Oh, no, I didn't. Post office is still closed, so I didn't post them, but they're ready to roll. I sent 3 hats. Dano, these are the boys that won the hats when we did the.
Oh, no way. Oh, sick.
Three
the
brothers.
Photos they've been sending are fucking awesome.
Yeah. No, these aren't the grommets, like the little kids.
The ones that won the hats. Yes,
these ones that won the hats. They're from Noosa, but they live in Spain now.
Tennis Brothers.
So
2.0.
Yeah, 2.0. Yeah.
Yes. My mum was trying to send me some stuff as well today, but the Nambour post office is still flooded, or like around to get there.
Yeah, I just popped by the Noosa one, and it was doors closed and everything, and they said due to the weather, it's due to everybody's safety, they're keeping it closed. I'm looking outside going, it's like a nice day. Yeah.
Autistocrat. You know, mate.
Who's this? Is this Insta who you're looking at?
No, you can't see it. If you go on the StreamYard thing, you should be able to see the comments.
I'm on StreamYard, but I can't see anyone. Maybe it's because you're running it or something. I can just see. I've just got my phone up.
Yes.
Whose idea was the hats? You, I guess, or Dave.
Me,
well.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just randomly had the thought, like, because Trump was getting in, I was like, oh, and then obviously his slogan, and I was like, that would actually kind of be sick, because there is some sort of like a revolution happening under wraps, I would say. I feel like it's going to come through. And as much as comedy, there's definitely like a lot of meaning behind it as well, in terms of, backing that revolution, I feel. And that's why I feel like good wearing it. I don't really give a shit about Trump, to be honest, that much.
Yeah.
It's just more like the movement. And do you guys have any tips for trying to implement spin onto the serve?
Is this on YouTube or?
No, it says it's on YouTube, yeah. But I'm just seeing on the StreamYard.
Yeah.
Spin on the serve. I would say you got to have fairly loose wrist. Keep the arm quite loose.
Yeah.
And loose wrist will help you. Loose grip tension, loose wrist. I think that will help for both kickers and sliders. And it might feel weird at the start. You might not feel like you have much control because the arm's quite loose, but you'll gain control. Then you just got to trust the knowledge of the body and repetition. And
what about grip? Do you think it helps if he grips further around?
I would say I would say Conti or a bit even more towards like Raonic, a bit more cuppy would help. But I think more importantly, grip position in regards to how low you hold it down the racket. I feel like that, especially on serve, when you're trying to get as much leverage as possible, holding it down the bottom again will feel like you don't have any control at start, but it will help when you have your pinky kind of half off the racket or close to the bottom of the racket. That will help you get spin. What do you
Yeah.
reckon?
Yeah, I agree. I think people that have really heavy serves, as I'm thinking, Raonic is a really good example. They have the grip a little bit further around.
Like Rafa as well, like scary slider, holds it really far down, and even on his forehand, like he's known for having the heaviest forehand ever, and he holds it so far down the racket.
Oh, you mean as in the hand not hanging off the end?
Yeah, like he has the hand hanging off the end, and
Oh,
you
he
can
has
see
it
that.
hanging off the end
Yeah,
far
he
down.
has it really far down, Rafa. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
unlike his volleys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone on Insta says, "Is there any hope for a one-hand backhand?" Hell yeah, there's hope. One-hand backhands, although there's whatever one in the top
Make
10
one
right
is
now.
great again.
It's your best. Yeah, make one-handers great again. You can really take people off the court more than a two-hander. We've seen like Sinner's one of the few two-handers that can spread guys with spin, but one-handers, you got the ability to really spread with spin. Obviously, it's always going to have its downfalls when you're trying to play up in the court, and especially for returning. But when you've got time on a one-hander, that's why we see a lot of good clay quarters like Wawrinka or Team or Gasquet having good success and use of their one-hand backhands on clay courts.
I reckon just coaches would be scared to almost want their players to have oneies because you just see the twoies dominate the game, and I feel like yeah, I think coaches maybe would be actually scared, but you can see they can be an unreal weapon. If they're you need a lot of confidence behind it as like a forehand, any swing, any stroke with the one arm on the racket. Twoies seem to always be a bit more solid and just more predictable and reliable. But also in that they can be less deadly and less dangerous most of the time. So I think if you do enough reps and you just trust it enough, it can be a sick shot. This guy's asking how I did in the AMT. I lost to Charlton in the semis on the grass there. He was staying enlisted and just stayed in the trenches, and he got me 6-4, 6-love actually. It was a tough day in the office, but yeah, credit to Charlton. He's an absolute ledge.
Yeah, he's such a good graduate. I'm happy to see him doing well.
Any chance y'all would be willing to share y'all's racket specs? If I was to bet any money, I'd say you're from southern part of North America. And yeah, I'd be willing. My rackets, I actually don't even know my specs to be honest right now. I reckon it's about 315 to 320 strung, but it's quite headlight. I can't give you the exact, I actually don't even know. But it's quite headlight, 16-19 string pattern, using 1.25 alu power all throughout the racket, strung at like 52.
It always surprised me how much people love knowing specs or rackets.
I know.
My spec, if anyone cares, is my racket's probably about 330. I don't even know exactly. It's like a pro stock for Alex Bolt for the Onyx, and it is 4 3/8 grip size. I used to love 4 1/4. It is.
It's got a big booty on it.
Yeah, big ghetto Brady Gasquet style pro string, silver bullet string, 1.25 gauge. I've liked my racket a little bit heavier as I've got older.
Yeah, I feel like that happens. A bit of wisdom, like you can see the older players, like a bit more wisdom, a bit more head heavy sticks.
Yeah, you iron out your strokes a little bit more as you get older. There's a bunch of questions coming on Insta. Let's go. Lucy Egan, we remember you from AO. I remember you when
yes, I remember you,
Lucy. When we warmed up that morning on what's it called, John Cain Arena. I remember you, and you're awesome. We really enjoyed your energy that day.
Hope you're doing well.
And Jasper, I just finished up the Brisbane episode yesterday, so just tweaking a little reel to post, and it's a really cool app because we had Kapasim there filming And so it's another ep like AO, a lot of good quality footage and a little bit more of a cinematic sort of episode. It's a cool one. And is Cruz Hewitt the real deal? I think so. I really
think so.
It really surprised me this year in Launceston when he beat you and then backed. I thought, wow, that must be a bad loss from you, and then he backed it up and beat Shu, who, just for if anybody doesn't know who Shu is, HSU, his name is spelt, from Chinese Taipei. He qualified for US Open 2023 and beat Kokonakis in straight sets first round, main draw. He also qualified for Aussie Open 2023, lost to Demon. He's won multiple challenges and he doesn't beat himself. So for Cruz to go and beat that dude is pretty impressive.
That was a really good week. And then he backed it up and beat Shin, who had a good week, good win against Ajit in the quarters to make the final. And I think I was skeptical at the start when he was getting wild cards when he was even younger. I was like, oh, it's probably just because he's late in son. But then I seen him play recently, seen his results recently, and it's definitely not anything political. He's legit player for sure.
Yeah, he's legit.
And best player you both have ever played? I would say Sebastian Baez. I don't know if that was ranking. I don't know if Surundulo was ranked high, but Baez I felt on that day was better than Surundulo was when I played him.
Yeah.
You?
For me, in doubles, I played Sinner and Hercax. That was pretty epic.
Scary.
That was a good team. They were only about 30. Well, they were 30, 32 and 33 in the world at that time, but it was pretty cool to play them. Best player in singles at the time, I don't know. Like
Stevie J,
Steve Johnson, probably. He was like current top 100. I played Tsitsipas when he was the world #1 junior, but he wasn't as good then. Probably Steve Johnson.
You had him there in the first as well. I remember watching that. He had a fluky two-y pass to save Seti or something ridiculous.
It was 5-4 in the breaker, and I was like, I'm just going to come into his backhand over and over and
ask him slugs at line.
Yeah, and he slugged one line at 5-4 in the breaker.
Slugged the line,
and then 6 and ricked me 6-1. Yeah. Are we coming back to UK?
That's right. The person's from Texas. Sorry. You go.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Are we coming back to UK in the summer?
There's a chance I play the Nottingham 25s coming up. The schedule's looking a bit lackluster on the futures side of things, so I'm not exactly sure what my schedule will be. I'm going to play these couple grassies and then have a few weeks at home. My brother's got his wedding on during that time, and then I'm going to do a decent stint, maybe 6 to 8 weeks, probably start in the Ivory Coast. Might go to Nottingham after that, but I'm not sure.
But yeah, pending where Dano's rankings at, it'll determine his schedule over the UK summer with those grass court challenges and whatnot, and Wimbledon qualies again. He's got to notch a few wins before then. I myself won't be there. I don't know if whoever asked that question, if you watched the episode, but I've put the queue on the rack, so to speak, and if it's in the school holidays, if I'm there, I'm there on a coaching capacity. So we'll see, but probably not this year, but in the years to come. I'll let Dana do the trench work, and then I'll hop on the bandwagon when he's at slams. So
this guy, the Texan dude, he said, also, I will say, as a one-hander, both as a part-time coach and player, I would love for more people to teach one-handers, but the problem is partly due to what racket we recommend for beginners, as the bigger head sizes make it a lot harder to learn one-handers compared to in the past when we started with smaller head sizes. Well, you can go to bloody functional tennis and put a saber in their hand. That'll teach them how to hit the middle.
There's an argument for giving juniors heavy rackets because if you have a heavy racket, it's really hard to have kinks in your swings. So you can't have hitches and inversions at the back of your swing, especially on a forehand. And I feel like, if you're using a heavier racket when you're younger with the smaller head size, your swings are more likely to come out pretty continuous.
I reckon I would even if I was ever to coach someone from a young age, I would try and get them with a really small head size. And I think just to force them to hit the middle of the racket, really, because if you don't hit the middle of the racket with a racket like that, it doesn't really go anywhere. Obviously, you want to keep it somewhat realistic, like. But I think I would probably use that saber a shitload. I reckon if I was bringing up
Yeah.
a young little grommy, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would put a
Yeah.
saber in their hand. I'd probably get them like a prestige or something like, or even just an old school racket. As
Ollie
long as they're not
Anderson.
too young, where they can actually pick it up off the ground. But favorite win for both of you? Um,
Hmm. Tough one, eh?
Taro
Tough.
Daniel at Shanghai, I reckon.
Must be nice. Yeah, that was ridiculous. You played ridiculous
Yeah, tournament
that day. I
felt
remember watching. I
nice.
wasn't there. I was watching on the stream. I'll get back to you. Favorite win. Haven't had many. Beat Dane Sweeney once. 2-love.
That's not a good win. That's shit, mate.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I should go singles or dubs. Obviously, just winning that Wooxie title, that was a huge win. Reese Stalder and I beat Matsui and Asugi 6-6, and it was just such a high level match for the whole match, and it was a final. So that pops into mind. It was just epic. We had like match tie breaks every match to the final, and then we won the final 6-6. It was just one of those weeks where we happened to get clutch 4 matches in a row, and it was. It was not the best opponents I've ever beaten, but it was one of the most relieving wins I've ever had.
Especially with an absolute legend like OG Red Widow.
Did you see Segaman and Tarak today?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, about time, mate. They're that good at dubs.
Epic. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
absolute
good.
Legends.
Dana, do you train at KT often? Z Tennis says.
I do. Whenever I'm home, I train at KT. Oh, sometimes Coolum as well. But yeah, actually Coolum and KT. Yeah, and whenever I'm home, which is, I don't know, 12 weeks a year. I don't know, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, depending. When or how would you advise a futures player to maybe start to prioritize and go all in for dubs if they always had more success in results in dubs?
I would
think
say
it's just a decision from the, like, you got to make yourself, really. I don't think there's any kind of formula. I think just whenever you feel it's like I think when you don't have the feeling that you can make it in singles, or and then that's what you really want to do in tennis, is make it. And if your priority is that, then I think you'll know whenever that decision will kind of make itself, that you'll kind of get that feeling, I think.
Yeah, I'd be careful being too young going into dubs nowadays, because I'm not sure how much longer doubles is going to be the way it is as well. It's a chance to be playing at the highest level, the highest tournaments. It's an easier way to get to the highest tournaments as a doubles player than as a singles player. But I would say if you've been playing futures for a number of years and you haven't cracked 500, then yeah. I mean, there's always outliers, but depends what age you're at. And yeah, as Dana says, it's a feeling.
It depends what you want as well. Like if you're just playing, like if you just love like singles and the one-on-one battle, and you're not really going to get that in dubs. But if you're really trying to make money off the sport and you're not going anywhere in singles, then I guess maybe it's good to play dubs. But yeah, as Callum said, like dubs is seems like it's dying slowly, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Dane, have you started to join the band in terms of wanting more power in terms of different racket strings tension? I don't know. There's definitely an argument for me to use a more powerful racket, but I actually love my rackets. So, and I don't want to ever get like I don't as much as like rackets could maybe make a difference. Like I don't think they do really. Like, um, yeah. I mean, there is definitely times when you're not doing so well, you start to question changing that sort of stuff. But I think when I've tinkered, it's more from a mental kind of refreshment and going, oh, I have a new racket. I don't think it might a little bit, but I don't think it necessarily can like revolutionize your game. I don't know. I try and steer clear of that a little bit.
Sebi Quarter, love the vids, boys. Appreciate you, brother. I was watching you last night play Monfils. Actually, that was a good match. It was high quality. And then I was scrolling through Insta today and saw, I was like, oh, here's this guy, the blue tick that follows us, Seb or something, and clicked on it and saw it was you. And I was like, oh, no way. Epic.
Send us your Addy, Seb. We'll send you a hat, mate.
Yeah, we'll send you a hat, send us your address, and yeah, I'll make a comeback if you play doubles with me.
Yeah, surely. Come on.
Let's do it.
How do you develop chemistry fast with a doubles partner on tour when you're sometimes changing partners week in, week out, or by tournament swing? You could answer that one.
How do you develop chemistry fast with a doubles partner? Firstly, choose the doubles partner that you think you can have good chemistry with. Don't choose somebody. It's harder to develop chemistry when you don't get along with somebody straight away. Choose somebody that you think you can vibe with on court, and then bring the energy yourself. I think it's really about you got to bring the vibe to the partnership on the practice court. You got to. It's kind of easier to be positive on the doubles court than it is on the singles court because you don't want to let somebody down. So, yeah, I would just say, just make the choice to just bring the energy every day and then play a lot of sets with them, play a lot of points. You got to do your specifics and everything, but you got to bring the enthusiasm and doubles is so determined on what team's got the best energy going. So and if you choose somebody you like, you get along with, like when we're playing doubles together, for instance, Dane and I, like we're always having a good time. We know and when it's fun, it's easier to enjoy the match regardless of how things are going for you.
And if you have such little margins, especially with the short, like the scoring format and just how fast it be, like the vibe's got to be up, so therefore you're present and ready for every single point because it can change so quick. And like doubles, no matter what the score is, it's usually a few points here and there, no matter if it's a 3-3 or a 6-6. Like, do you think tennis has gotten more boring with Fed and Nadal retiring plus Djokovic probably retiring soon? I don't know. In a way, maybe, but in a way, no, because those guys used to always just play each other in every you just knew it was just that guy and that guy, and you knew it was Federer, Djoko, or Nadal. And I guess there's a similar feeling right now with Sinner and Alcaraz, but I think in a whole, it's definitely opened up a lot. But yeah, I think tennis is just getting better and better, and it kind of blows me away how it keeps ascending in terms of level and not even at the top of the game, but just in depth.
Yeah, I think that we're so lucky as well to have Alcaraz and Sinner at the top now of these guys that have got such exciting game styles. And if you take those two out and you think, it's Zverev as one and Fritz and Medvedev are 2 and 3, I think things would be a little bit more boring. Not taking any credit away from those guys, but I feel like the versatility that Alcaraz plays with and just the aggression of Sinner is going to make it super interesting when these guys at the top of the game. I think they're as good or better than Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. So,
watching those guys and anyone at the top of the game, it's unbelievable, and you don't know it until you've probably been a pro player or even just a semi-pro player. Their ability to just be unfazed seemingly by fear and by expectation. It's just because for me, and I think for a lot of players, that is such a hard thing. I think above all else, fear would be the thing that holds people back from reaching their potential, more than injuries, more than anything else. And that's what impresses me the most when I see any of these top guys, especially like Alcaraz. And maybe he has to rein it in a bit at times, but there's just it's incredible. It's almost like they've just mastered themselves, and them doing so well is a result of that,
Yeah.
I got a little technical one.
Yeah.
Forehand kinetic chain. How do we get a fast arm? Does the uncoil or rotation pull the shoulder? Wrist lag. Can wrist lag. Can you elaborate? Is the racket the last thing to move on forehand? We've probably watched a fair few slow-mo fours in our times and hit a fair few.
I was
Especially
watching
me.
so many this morning trying to help this girl's forehand that I'm coaching. So yeah, and I was thinking of I was talking about wrist lag this morning. I was talking about the drills you used to do with Des Tyson to create
I
to
think
initiate the hip.
I think it's it can be very overcomplicated, but like in terms of people saying this has to move, then this has to move, then that happens, then this happens. I think to make it very simple, well, for me, I kind of feel like when I have the feeling of like my racket, my arm, and my racket is just is an extension of my arm, and the arm and the racket is kind of like a dead weight. And you throw the racket back, you feel gravity drop the racket, and then you fire the hips, and you just let the arm go, and all the stuff will happen kind of naturally. Yeah, I mean, I think it all just happened. It's all from the hips. It's all initiated. Obviously, the unit turn is upper body, but all the forward momentum is initiated by the hip, and I think if you can get the feeling that your arm's kind of really dead and loose, that will help it. That will help you get shape. Will help you get around the outside of the ball. Help you get a lot more power, and admittedly, it'll probably be harder to control the start. I found that as well, and if you're not really backing yourself, it can go a bit. You can see like Alcaraz, he's he can spray, but I'll just say keep it loose and fire the hip.
Yeah, for sure. I'm seeing Delanger's comment. Yeah, Coley. Yeah, Delanger's best rig on tour. Jake Delaney, ridiculous posture.
Jake Delaney's honestly best. Like, he just looks like his body's in fucking like his balance and movement. Just mate, literally need his gym program bad.
If you were to build your perfect player, how would you do it? Forehand, backhand, volleys, feel, movement, and mental. Okay, forehand for me, I would
Delangers.
I'd go Alcaraz.
Yeah, Forey Alcaraz, yeah.
Backy.
Sinner
right now, yeah.
Yeah.
You're on Sinner right now. Obviously, it's different if you can choose someone at their prime, but right now.
Yeah, no, right now.
Right now. Sinner.
Yeah.
Volleys, interesting one. Probably Max Purcell.
Yeah, dead set Max Purcell, 100%.
Probably Purcell. Yeah.
School Cat close second.
Feel. Sevi Quarter, you were volleying really well last night, and I reckon, I don't know if you're still watching, but you should keep coming in more. I know you saw you play doubles with Tomo today, but Tomo actually volleys really well. Marinko's helped his game a lot, but I'd say Max Purcell. So I'd say Alcaraz, Sinner, Purcell, Feel Mutet, or
yeah.
I don't know. Feel and touch are kind of slightly
Alcaraz
different.
Pretty ridiculous.
Pretty ridiculous Feel. Like Max has got pretty good feel as well.
Yeah, Mutek goes for more crazy feely shit though. So like, but his feel would definitely be. It'd have to be like top 3 or top 5. I feel like. I'm just gonna go Mutet. Fuck it. Gaston up there as well.
Yeah, Alcaraz.
Those Frenchies, just I don't know what it is, but they just have the ability, just to feel the ball ridiculous.
Kyrgios has good feel, but you wouldn't go it. He's just got good hands. Feels a tough one. What was the last thing?
Movement. I would take Sinner.
Probably take Sinners as well now, which is crazy.
And
Sinner
mental.
Mental.
I think I would take Sinner over Alcaraz. I just feel like
more steady.
A little bit more steady. Like, he's just so impossible to move backwards with his ability to slide off both feet and like maintain shot quality. He's like a sliding open stance. It's just so hard. He's like a bloody, what's that old school game where you like the platform, you're playing ping pong against each other, kind of?
Yeah, Pong,
yeah.
Something like that.
He's like Pong.
Any chance you'll do some online coaching at some point? Yeah, I've been contemplating it, especially for me now that I'm not playing anymore. For sure, definitely something that could move. If anyone is down on the online coaching, it can even be help with mental or tournament planning or things like that, hit us up. Feel free to swing into the DMs. We can see what we can do. Thank you both for taking the time to making your content. It's amazing. Appreciate it. Had no idea what the pros put them life through. Yeah, it's different lifestyle being pros at the level. Well, especially I was at a different level of Dane, not as good as Dane. So different, more of a hustler lifestyle for me, slightly less hustler lifestyle for Dano. Getting the Grand Slam qualities and money sweats being slightly less of an issue. And obviously that continues as you go up. But a lot of the guys you're seeing now that are playing tour events and in the top 100, they've been through the hustle. I'm seeing so many guys now that have cracked the top 100, like Adam Walton, and that they've been going sort of week to week or working other jobs to make the tennis happen. And so you got to do a bit of trench work. But thanks for the message. I'm glad we could bring some different sort of insight.
What tips do you have to play without fear in the more important moments when a lot more is on the line? This hits home for me. This is
what we were talking about last night for Dane. Yeah. Exactly. Struggling
this is
fear right now.
Yeah. And it's tricky. Like, I don't know, everyone has their own perspective. I feel like it comes to a point where it's come to a point for me where I'm shifting the priority more on like winning. Everyone's always trying to win. That's a given. That's tennis is there. You got to try and win and beat the other player. But I feel like fear is the thing that holds me back, and I'm sure countless others back. So for me, I'm trying to use every single moment where I feel fear as an opportunity to transcend it and to see if I can see every little moment of fear as a challenge. See if I can overcome it and not let it kind of dictate how I hit the shots or how I commit to playing the points. And I was actually chatting to Marinko Matosevic a couple nights ago, and we were talking about this. And we were just talking about this, and I was saying I was just struggling with it because I feel like I'm a very good player, and I've got what it takes, but it's a lot in my mind, that's holding me back. And we share the same perspective. Like it was kind of hammering on the topic of trying to take yourself out of the situation. Like the person who you think you are, Dane, for me, Dane with all his personal history, or the patterns, or just everything I attribute to Dane. Try and take that out of it and just coach myself, and just almost step back and me viewing, the person viewing is the coach, and I'm just trying to coach this body. I'm just trying to coach this player. And I think that helps in a way. Instead of being overtaken by the fear, you can kind of observe it more, and it has less of an effect. And again, I think it's just repetition, just feeling the fear and committing exactly to how you want to commit to every shot, regardless of what you're feeling. And I think that will just build momentum and muscle memory. And then every time fear comes up, it has less of a stranglehold. But I think trying to take yourself out of it and be the observer of the fear, I think that can take the sting out of it, and maybe make it have less of a stranglehold for sure. What do you reckon, Carl? On fears?
I think you're right on the money, but I think it's just it's repeatability. You're gonna be scared, you're gonna be tight, and the more times you can. That's why people call it the yips, for instance. Like, say I went through a period of the yips in my second serves, and the more times I was in that position and I gave into the fear, and my thought process was just don't miss, then to be back in that position, the same thing would reoccur. And the more times you can, as Dan said, in an ideal world, you want to be able to use your skill set objectively and take the emotion out of it, and and make it so personal.
And I think just challenge yourself, like just see if you can literally not try and hit the ball in or win the point, but just your objective is to not let the fear dictate you in any sort of way, It's,
I think coming up with alternative cues to deal with it. I was chatting to Dane about this last night because he was saying he's been struggling on it, and I was saying for me something that helped me was I would focus on just looking for net opportunities when I was really tight. For opportunity, I wouldn't really serve volley, hit, and come in first shot. But what I felt like when I was looking for opportunities to come to the net, that was when I was playing my best. And then that would almost take the emphasis or the point of attention wasn't on the fear through my stroke or the deceleration. The point of emphasis or the attention was then on scanning for opportunities to come forward. So just finding little cues for you and shifting in that way, and realize that everyone gets tight under pressure. Everybody gets scared. Like Sinner and Alcaraz are so used to going for their shots under pressure. They would rather spray than, and that could be the difference between them, Zverev, you know?
Yeah, and I think you got to I think you got to almost get to a point where you can thank the fear, because fear is such an amazing, it's what in a way makes, you don't want to be in that situation. But if I was to step away from tennis, I would probably miss all the fear. I would miss all the.
I miss it.
So in a way, I'm like, when it comes, I'm like, here's a little green tea. Like, you want Dilmah? Like, what tea you want? Come on, fear, come here.
Yeah.
And just trying to see it, as a challenge more than something I'm running away from. But there's a lot of comments rolling in since we took so long to discuss that. But thanks, Dominic Mendoka.
Dano, any tips on how to improve your movement on the court, especially trying to get up in the court to shorten the angle of the ball and take the ball earlier?
Good genetics. Be like small and to be honest, I do a lot of gym. Like, I don't actually work on my movement that much. I do a lot of gym that requires kind of full body coordination and balance. And I think that really helps me stay balanced when I'm playing. I used to do a lot of fast feet when I was younger, but I'm in the gym a lot, like never lifting heavy weights, but I'm in the gym a lot, always just doing stuff, just kind of tinkering, playing around, doing a lot of leg work. But in terms of movement specifically, I don't do heaps. I'll do a session like here and there, especially when I'm at tournaments. I'll do a bit more because it's less taxing than a gym sesh. But I would just, I don't know, I do a lot of balancing kind of gym strengthening exercise, and I think that really helps me stay balanced, because speed's not my issue. It's the balance is what I can make the most improvements on. Maybe if I worked on speed, I could get a tiny bit faster, but I'm gonna make the most improvements working on my balance. And
So I'd say initially get your legs strong.
Get your legs really strong. That's
and once
everything.
they're strong, you work on explosiveness, and then once
core
you're
as well,
explosive and strong, then work on balance. You can do med ball stuff. You can actually do your tennis relative movement patterns.
Do faster, and a really strong core is probably overlooked for movement, because that's the crux of everything. The core is very strong. It's very important to stay sturdy.
That's why Sammy Oster's got good movement.
Yeah, I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna be back.
All right, I'll carry on. I'll leave the Dano highest ranked singles player win. What would be a match that you do anything to watch? Can be a current or retired players. If you want, you can choose another match where you choose current/retired primes. To be there in person, I've watched all the good matches I'd want to see on TV, but to be there in person, 2008 Wimbledon, Federer Nadal, 2012 Aussie Open, Djokovic Nadal. Those would probably be two that come to mind for me. They were just epic 5-setters. And then 2017 Federer Nadal, those 3 slam finals. They would just to be, but I would say if I had to pick one, it would have been 2008 Wimby Rafa Feds, to be there live for that Wimbledon Centre Court. I reckon that would have been huge. Why do I'm going to answer this for Jesper, then you can answer the one above it, Dano, from Court Level Tennis. Why do most top players in the world only play singles? Because firstly, they don't need extra money. So like if you're 80 in the world, you might play dubs to some extra money. And if you're 80 in the world or 70 in the world playing a Masters event, you probably haven't gone deep many times. You've probably never made a quarter. So you're thinking, extra money, extra matches there. The top players, they hold, even if they're playing every second day, their whole day, their whole 2 days is revolved around their match. You know, they're sleeping, eating, recovering. Everything is just trying to be ideal for their match, and they just want their body and their mind as rested as possible for their match. So to finish a long singles match and have to play doubles that afternoon and not be able to do the recovery and massage that they would have at the right times, and just the mental tax of going out there for a doubles match, it's just not worth it for those guys. So
yeah, I just think they're trying to win the tournament. So
yeah,
and they're not thinking playing extra doubles matches is going to help them win a singles tournament. So
no, anyone who's trying to win a singles tournament, like you'd even see. Like I was even surprised that like Jordan Thompson playing doubles with Tomo and Max playing dubs at slams because they had opportunity to win dub slams. But you don't really see many guys, like Tomo was 30 in the world. You don't see many guys inside 30 playing dubs at slams, or if they do, they are ready on the pull-out trigger to as soon as if they have a 5-set singles match, they'll play with another singles player. So if they have a 5-set singles match and they win and they need the recovery time, they'll just pull out. So that's why, and you're never going to really see the top guys when they do, like when they randomly play at Indian Wells or something. There's big appearance money on it, like when Rafa and Bernie play.
Favorite Kiwi player? Any upcoming talent? How old's James Watt?
Not sure. I'm going to say 25 or so.
Okay.
No, Jack Loughton. Jack Loughton's legit. He's been doing really good at college. He's clutched up.
My favorite player is Clinchy.
Well, we're not saying
player.
best looking and biggest dick, but if we're going with that, then it's Alex Pincharo. But if it's based on top end potential, Clinchy's definitely got top end potential. I'm so happy he's been finding results lately and improved. I haven't seen him play a while. He's obviously improved. But Jack Loughton, he's got good potential. Still feel like a G and KP both. They haven't hit their ceiling yet. They can both get higher. KP Panu's really smart player. Jeet as well can be a really good competitor. But I'd probably say it's tricky. I don't know. But
favorite player, not best.
Okay, favorite player. Clinchy.
He would definitely be one of the best, though, for sure.
Yeah.
It's very on the day with the top New Zealand dudes, I feel.
Actually, Ruben Statham, very close to favorite player as well. There's all the Kiwis,
including retired.
Well, just recently retired, but all the Kiwis are legends. Such good blokes.
Yeah,
there's one just question up here. Do you enjoy tennis more or less or the same as you did 10 years ago? I would say more. Yeah, I'd say more. I'd say my relationship with it is deeper now.
I would say that. It's enjoyment to you see. I feel like maybe enjoyment's a result of it, but you see the beauty in it more. It becomes more of a beautiful, in a way, soul-searching endeavor as you get older. It definitely becomes a deeper experience rather than just I'm a tennis player. That's what I do. It's like, yeah. So yeah, I'd say I guess it's more enjoyable. Thoughts on our Aussie teenagers leaving Australia to chase their dreams of going pro. They're either going to college or going into futures if they have financial backing. There is no pathway here. Yeah, I mean, let's just make tennis great again, really. I think there's a lot to be done in Australian tennis, but it's really tough though. You don't have the population. It's tough. It'd be awesome to have some sort of like, I know it's not really a pathway, but like tennis league where you don't have to players if they don't want to have to leave everything behind and try and make it when it's so cutthroat to make money off the sport. If there was some sort of like way you could earn a decent salary by staying in Australia and playing club tennis, along the East Coast, that'd be sick.
Yeah, I was chatting to Elliot Spazzeri, who's just had a breakout year, gone from I think he was won NCAA's really really good college player and has made the transition. Now he's, I don't know, 220 or even higher since he won San Diego, maybe 190 or something now. And I was chatting to him about his schedule back when we were in Charleston, and Christian was hitting with him. I was on court with Christian. And he was saying that, he didn't have to, had no desire to leave the country until he's in Grand Slam qualies, which is pretty crazy because as this dude says here, Ant Gaz, if you're a good Australian player, I feel like you probably only have to leave Australia if you're top 1,000 level. I'd say if you're still battling to get inside 1,000, maybe you can put like you can just play the Aussie futures. Maybe
Aussie futures and some UTRs. But colleges, I mean, colleges are a very good option these days. I don't blame a lot of people going there. And but I think there's enough. Enough. It could always be better, but I think there's enough to at least see if you're good enough to make it before leaving Australia. But it is very tough for Australian players to have to make that big sacrifice with it. You have to travel a hell of a lot and leave home. That's just comes with it. But with that comes mental toughness. I would say for sure. Is there any player past, present that you would love to hit with that you haven't already? Fedsy. Or Raf, actually.
I'd probably go. I got the chance to hit with Rafa, but I'd probably hit with Fedsy if I had the chance to.
Yeah, I'd probably hit Gedsy.
I'd hit with Federer or Djokovic. I'd probably hit with Federer. Federer, then Djokovic, and then we've both hit with Sinner, which is pretty sick. And but yeah, I'd probably go. Probably Fedsy. Yeah.
Does Sam Oster also want to be a top player like you, Dane? He's had his day. He put himself through the ringer. He's coaching now, but we're playing dubs actually. Did you know that, Cal?
Did you get in?
Yeah.
Yes. Who are you playing?
Dubs here. Let me check actually. I don't know if I might be out. I think because he still had a point. So,
nice.
What's goal in terms of ranking, Dano? I mean, top 100's always a goal. I think that's a goal for every player. But I don't know. I've never been one. Everyone's different. I've never been one to like set goals or like I would always have internal goals, but not like anything like I want to be this ranking or. I've never really had that. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, top 100, I think is that's a goal for everyone.
Yeah, but obviously you don't set year by year ranking goals.
No, I don't. That's
the byproduct of your game style.
My mum always is on my case a bit about setting goals, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's necessary because it's not going to change the way I go about things. I'm going to try and get the most out of myself every single day, and the ranking will be a result of that. So, I mean, people would definitely beg to differ, saying it'd be nice to look at the piece of paper with the number on it and manifest. But I'm out here to become the best tennis player I can possibly become, with or without a number on a page. So, I mean, look, maybe it is the thing holding me back, but I really don't think so. Okay, dubs draw.
Here you go. Oh yeah, hit us to that.
Oh, Jake Dembo and Elijah Dickenberg.
You know them?
Nah, I've heard their names. Oh, Elijah. I know Elijah. Jake Dembo.
I know of Jake Dembo.
I know they're both their names, I think. I don't know. I know what Elijah looks like.
Nice. Hell yeah. This dude said, if you guys are 18 again, what's your tennis careers? What would you do differently? For me, it's pretty simple. I just would have trained much harder. I just would have. It's very different for Dane, but I would have been more willing to let go of my social life and my life on the Sunshine Coast. And I didn't have Dane. Like when I was 18, Dane was like 11 or whatever. So everyone on the Sunshine Coast. Are you calling me? Dano. Am I off?
No, I'm on. Like
I
just plugged in and it just fully shut down.
True. Yeah, you're.
Are you still on?
I'm still on. I thought you were calling me Zagon off. Yeah, it's just me now. So okay.
It's iPad is on charge. You only just kicked it. I don't know what to do. You just rock solo for a bit. I'll try and come back on.
All right, I'll rock solo for a bit. You fight.
See ya.
Yeah, so if I was 18, I would have. I would sort of tell kids that I coach now, if I wherever you want to get, decide whether you want to get to, and everyone says top 100. Okay, so if you want to get to top 100, are you spending each day like a top 100 player is? And maybe you don't have the education, but then look it up. And now it's so easy to look it up and figure out what the best players are doing, and then copy that and spend the appropriate amount of hours on the court, in the gym, hitting serves, stretching, foam rolling, eating well, whatever. Sacrifice. I wasn't willing to sacrifice a lot of things. Sacrifice like normal life. You still have a sick social life, and it's so great when you have when you have friends within tennis, and you can have that. But yeah, I would just be more professional at a younger age. I got professional too late. I felt like I got professional. I didn't want it enough. I didn't realize that I didn't want it enough until mid-20s, I'd say. So it's a bit too little too late for me. But yeah, so I just my advice to an 18-year-old would be that time goes quick, so put in. What are your thoughts on Carousel and Jules Marie, the YouTube channels? I'm good mates with Carousel. He's a legend. I met him playing some challenges last year, a year ago in Mexico, and then in the US. Such a good dude. Jules Marie, I've met him a few times in tournaments. Don't know him. I haven't spoken to him that much. Both obviously got epic YouTube channels. I haven't really watched Jules Marie's one, maybe once or twice because it's in French, I believe. Watched a bit of Carouse, and over there obviously doing things really well. They've been way more consistent with us on the YouTube front, but each to their own. We're doing things the best we can with what we have. What's the best part of Rudy Thorogood's game? Consistency. Good competitor, Rudy. Really mentally composed and really consistent. Wore me down in December. First singles match in a while, and I had a few things going on internally. But yeah, I'm picking Rudy to get his first ATP point within 12 months, I'd say. Good player. How many rackets do you carry on court for your matches? It varies. Me, one. No. Me. Are you there, Dano? Oh, you're just still on the phone.
My iPad just turned on.
I see. Yeah, probably at least 3. Most guys will be carrying 5. I'd say 5 to 8. But especially at tour level, 5 to 8. Challenges, some guys might have 4. The least I would have is 3, but that was pretty unprofessional, I'd say. You want to just be prepared. Maybe have 1 or 2 slightly tighter tension, one slightly looser tension, just a pound or so, and then and just obviously ready for if you break strings or break rackets or whatever happens. I'm just going to turn this volume down on my phone down now because it's echoing a bit. What's your thoughts on the UTR system for kids these days? Are you back?
I'm back.
UTR system is great if you're a college recruit and you want to figure out somebody's level quickly without having to follow their results and figure out. So if you're trying to look at what somebody's ranked in Australia, what are they ranked in France, in America, it's very hard to correlate what the 30 in Australia is, 30 in America, and so on. So UTR system is great for college recruits. I'd say that's the best part about it. It's also great for people. I've had so many parents that say, oh, their kid would be better, but they haven't played this amount of tournaments or whatever when it was a point system. But the same thing seems to happen with UTRs. People will just blame the tournaments they've played or the algorithm. And I think that I could not emphasize more to care less about your UTR, even if you want to set a UTR goal before you get to college. But as Dane said about setting goals for ranking, let the UTR or let the ITF ranking or let the ATP ranking be a byproduct of the day-to-day work and the day-to-day consistency. And don't think about it too much. It's just going to weigh on you. You can't carry that amount of weight every day stressing about it if it's going up or down, because in a year's time, you're not going to know or care what you were a year before. Just focus on doing the work and focus on evolution of your game. And
Why did you fall in 2024? Well, because you need downs to experience ups. So, I just thought I'd have a little trough. So then when I do make it, it's going to just feel that much sweeter. Just a little tactical move by me. To be honest, I actually, it's so hard to know. But definitely, I feel like it's mental, and I feel like that's the ongoing war everyone has as a tennis player, is trying to get the better of their own minds. So, and I think that's an ongoing battle for me. And,
I would say also part of it is sorry to butt in.
That's right.
But part of it, minuscule scheduling stuff as well. With the end of the Asia going into clay, also Dan changed coach and tried to invest in a new coach in like May or April last year, and didn't jive with the coach that well.
Lost a lot of confidence, and then once you lose a bit of confidence, tennis is so strong these days. It's very easy to kind of slip into a little bit of a rut. But what's important is right now that I'm not looking at it too deeply, and I'm really I'm keen to get the ranking back up and not have a repeat in 2025. So I think as long as I can learn from it, then I'll make Dan great again.
Hell yeah.
Why is it that Carousel is more successful than you? That's for you guys to decide, really. I have no idea.
Yeah, well, he's just put in more work on the YouTube.
I guess he's just better at
it. He's better. He's just got more professional episodes. He's been more consistent.
Yeah.
We haven't been that consistent. We've had big gaps in our uploading. He's just done it really well. We've been a little bit more patchy and a little bit more
Lee Jans doesn't. She's really questioning, or he's questioning my career path. Are you done with tennis and will retire come end of 2025 if you aren't back in the top 200? I have no idea how I'm going to feel at the end of 2025. I don't know where my ranking will be. I don't know how I'm going to feel about where my ranking's at, but I don't know what is going to be going on in my life.
No, I hope he hasn't gone again. If he's gone again, dang. All right, I shall continue. On the topic of playing with fear and your feelings tight, and in feeling tight, what's the mental process or routines you go through to loosen up / relax, and so you are able to commit to your shots? We spoke a little bit about this earlier, so I touched on it briefly, but as I was saying, everyone's different. For me, it's coming up with cues to focus on. I'm not focusing on please don't miss. For me, I would focus a little bit, cover my grip tension with awareness. I would loosen my grip tension, just be aware of where my grip tension's at. And I feel like that tension in my forearm to how hard I'm squeezing my racket would help if that comes down a little bit. That was a good cue for me. It's all pretty personal. And then also keeping my head over the ball at contact for my serve or return. Especially it's on my forehand. If I can think about that cue a little bit. And then, as I said earlier, for me, I was playing my best tennis when I was looking to take time away and come to the net. So I would try and be scanning for net opportunities as opposed to just worrying about being tight. Racket head speed's a general one. People, if you're tight, you can use racket head speed.
I'm on my phone.
Let's go. Come on.
The iPad just keeps dying.
We got a tickle Sev here. Can Liam Goetz Ryan get an ATP point in the next 2 years?
He could.
if he puts in a few good weeks.
Yeah, 2 good weeks. Look, he's at playing weight, so I mean, I don't know really what's stopping him.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. It's not about the physicality for him. It's about the
they say tennis is 90% mental, so why not?
Yeah. Favorite tennis channel to watch other than you guys? We don't really watch any, and that's not to rip the other guys, but just
have enough tennis in our lives.
Enough tennis in our lives. Don't really watch any other channels. Just watch, listen to some podcasts, watch some different, some sort of try and better our minds and our lives. And we watch enough tennis, I guess. I do chat with Felix Mishka sometimes. He messages me on Instagram. So if he comes to Australia and plays futures in Australia, maybe I'll play doubles with him for a little collab, and or do we can play a match. We could each play him in a match, and that'd be pretty funny. Cal, you should try making it singles.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Take us on a journey. Try and push
Surely, just pull off from the tour, mate.
That's what Kat was saying laying down 2 days ago, and she was saying she would come on tour with us and go full time. She was sort of encouraging me, saying she'd go full time videographer with us, and we go on tour. And it's so funny because part of the reason I wanted to stop, and this sounds lame, but there's so much more to it, is I wanted to meet somebody, and now I've met somebody that's a videographer. So maybe I should do. Cruz said,
dude, that would be so crazy.
Pro, it's 31. If anybody wants to shout me 50 grand, I will.
We'll set up a GoFundMe.
I'll go full-time singles.
GoFundMe, Cal.
Oh, Dano's gone again. Pissed. What the hell? Anyway, keep grinding for a bit longer.
Need to set up a match against Felix.
Oh, you just froze for a while, dude. Okay.
How long?
About 6 to 8 seconds. Okay. Any drills you'd recommend as a staple for someone with a ball machine? Ball machine can't vary too much, I don't think. So I'd just say just
repetition, really same shot, just smack
it. Just over and over to a target. Just set a target, hit it over and over, or just do 2 across 1 line over and over. Just keep doing that.
See how hard you can hit it.
Or rip your forehand as hard as you can, and then go forehand drop shot next one. So pretty simple. Like nothing too fancy. The drills don't really have to get that fancy, I'd say. Hi, Dane. What's your thoughts on Tomic? Is he as bad as the media make him out? And do you think you will ever see him at Grand Slam Major ever again? Also, do you like Kyrgios and his game?
Tomic is definitely one of the weirdest people I know, but he has a very kind and gentle heart. So I think how he's portrayed in the media is it's obviously very sensationalized, as everything we see in the news these days. And the public love negativity, so that's what the news feed us. He definitely is a quirky fella, and I have time for him for sure. He's a good dude. He's got a good heart, and definitely funny to be around. That's for sure. Do I like Kyrgios in his game? I can't really speak for if I like Kyrgios or not. Don't know him really at all, and his game's phenomenal. I love his game.
I'll second that. Bernie is such a nice guy. He treats everybody around him. Maybe he treats most people around him really well, like really kind. And he will never be rude to like an Uber driver or something like that. And he's one of the most popular guys, or most friendly guys at the Challenger Tour. He's super funny. He's like a comedian, honestly, and he's always joking around. And I could see him qualifying for one more Wimby. I'm going to say I could see him qualifying for one more Wimby, but
I could see him in a main.
Not really much more than that. I would say I don't. Let's see how it goes. But he plays a lot, and he's freaking good tennis player. So we'll see. And Kyrgios, I know Nick a little bit from growing up. Love his game. Such a fun game to watch. so good to see him when he's playing at his best. Yeah.
Is your goal this year to play in at least one Grand Slam qualifying? Also, question for you, Cal. Do you think Jasika has a game to make top 100 or something, or someone like Lee too? My goal this year. I mean, my goal is just to be the best tennis player I can be every single day. And if that means I play a slam qualifying this year, if it means I play 3, if it means I play main draw of, like, I don't know. But yeah, it'd be awesome to play qualifying again, and I think I can definitely do it this year. But yeah, this year's gonna be a good challenge for me with my ranking at like 700. So it's gonna be really a test if I want it or not. So that's what I'm more excited about.
Yep. Amos. Do I think someone like, because it's also, I'm going to group Tristan into this because there's a comment to further down about Tristan. I think that Tristan is going to make top 100 for sure. I think that if he makes top 100 this year, it'll be a really good result. People think that 130 is like pretty much there, but it's still a long way to go. You still have to defend all the points from the year before and make significant gains. You have to be winning a lot of challenges. And but Tristan's very smart with his schedule. He's very professional, and he's matured a lot. He knows he's brought his bottom level up. His top level has always been great, and I think that for sure he'll make top 100. If he does it this year, I reckon he'll finish this year around 100. I'll say if he can finish inside, I'll be impressed, but I won't be surprised. Jasika. Omar, he's going to struggle a bit more to make top 100, even though I'd absolutely love him to. He's one of my good mates on tour. He just hasn't got the weapons. Tristan's got big weapons, and he can serve people off the court, hit people off the court. Omar's such a good player at like winning futures, and still hasn't really found like deep, consistent results at challenges. I think Omar, it's also about the mental capacity of staying on the road for a while. It's something that it seems a lot easier than it actually is when you're the person on the road week in, week out. So I'm going to say Omar, not this year, but I could see him getting there. Tui, yes, for sure. Tui's really professional. In saying that, I don't know if he'll get there this year, but he's invested. He's got a really good coach, and he's invested day in, day out. They're trying to improve. He's always trying to add new things to his game. He's coming forward a lot more. And
yeah, he's always investing in himself and doing everything he can to be the best he can. So I think someone with that mentality and the talent behind that, like, for sure.
Yeah.
Cal, now that you're done with pro tennis, until we fund your singles run, would y'all be willing to do some racket reviews of shorts or something else on the short side?
Racket reviews, yeah. Doesn't really excite me that much, to be honest. Like, yeah. I'm definitely going to do something else. We're going to do stuff like this and some different things. But on the racket review front, probably not massively. Yeah, just not that much of into my technical stuff into tennis. I'd rather talk about the game rather than the equipment. But I appreciate the thought. Yeah, and hit me with any other ideas you have. I'm just going to hit some of the Insta ones here. My little brother, Kaki said dinner's ready, but I'm not going down there. How much do you guys reckon the first ATP point would cost? I think $500 US in Monastir for a main draw wild card, and then depending who you play, you could probably buy the point, but don't buy.
If it was actually valued, like what would it cost, you reckon? If you could actually just buy your first one, what would be the
Dude, people would pay a lot. People don't know that you could kind of buy a wildcard. People would pay a lot for a point just to say they're professionally ranked. Like, think about it. Some tennis kook out there could say ATP ranking.
Like $30,000 or something?
Easy. I reckon. Really? I reckon.
Yeah. I guess too, because then you could put on your coaching resume and then get more money from that. It's like an investment.
That what's his name? Tennis God or something. He'd probably do it.
He'd pay for one.
But yeah, ATP points is probably going to cost you like 6 to 8 years of grit. That's what it'll cost you.
That's what it'll cost you.
Yeah.
At least, mate.
Cole Smith tennis, talking shit, Lord Tomic.
It'll literally cost you 10 years of grit, unless you're a freak.
What happened to Filip Sekulic injured? Yeah, Phil was in the final of a Chally or semis of a Chally in Japan. Semis of a Chally, Yokoichi last week of the year, and snapped his hamstring. And
like serving at the match or like 5 on the third, something ridiculous. Like, and he ruptured his hamstring.
Yeah, so he's been out for a while, but Phil wants it bad. He trains hard, and he's gonna be back up there. He'll get back to Grand Slam. He'll get 2 Grand Slam qualies, and then we'll see from there. Anything could happen with him. He's got a big game. It's just about managing his temperament and everything like that. There's a second comment here about how do you feel about School Coach's performance against Sinner at AO? Goosebumps for both of us. We're both such good mates with him. Dane, better mates. He's known him forever. We used to live together. Dane, Tristan, myself, my brother Liam, and Sammy Oster and Liv Gadecki. We used to be the household. And
you don't ever see Sinner like not know what to do, and that's what he looked lost. You don't ever see Sinner kind of lost, and Tristan was making him look pretty lost out there for a little bit.
Yeah, that's a great thing about Tristan's game. He doesn't give guys rhythm. If he's serving well, for being under 6 foot or under 6 foot, he has probably top 3 serves as well, maybe best serves. Like, it's so hard to read. His ball, he can throw any ball.
Tristan Schoolkate, and Barenkas.
When's the next ep coming? Someone else said it's coming. It's literally finished now to be out, and just tweaking one or two more things. It's good. It's a really good ep. I don't know if you guys enjoyed the Australian Open ep, but I thought that was the best one, and this one's really good. And how many things does Paul Hanley see? Paul Hanley sees things that others don't.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to keep count because he sees things that others don't see. So like we can't even see the things that he's seeing. So
yeah, that's why we employed him as a coach. Jasper Anderson, want to play dubs down at Mooloolaba Comp. Come on, Jasper, you haven't even asked me yet. You're asking Dana. This is I coached Jasper.
We'll start the bids, Jasper.
I get it then, mate. I'll play as Sammy.
Hey, Dane, what's your thoughts on Blake Ellis's game? Do you think he's got potential to make it to Grand Slam? And a question for you, Cal. What's your thoughts on João Fonseca and his game? I think Ellis's game's great. I think
he's pretty high, 295 now.
Oh, nice. I think he has a very good serve, very good volleys. But yeah, I definitely think he has potential to make to Grand Slam level for sure. And I think he will, definitely. He's very committed, disciplined. He always just keeps on the horse, and he's definitely improving. And I see his ground strokes become a bit more solid as they are, and I think that's what's helped him to climb up the rankings. And I think he's just going to get bigger and better for sure.
What were my thoughts on João Fonseca's game? I'm just laughing at Seb's comment.
Yeah.
João Fonseca, yeah, obviously, like everyone's aware of it now. You have to just see the way he plays, just how, again, it's that fearless mentality under pressure. His forehand's huge, his technique's great, his serve's going to improve heaps. All these dudes like Rune and Alcaraz and Fonseca, all their serves look like they were sort of abbreviated and kick serves when they've coming up from the challenge.
It's almost like they've just
played a lot.
The coach has gone, I want my player to have a kicker so they're in a lot of rallies and they can just melt the ball.
Yeah.
And they're obviously playing on clay, so kickers are better, but it's like almost intentionally giving them a worse serve so they can develop their groundies more or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, they just focus so much on groundy power. I don't know what it is, but Fonseca's going to be, I would predict multiple Grand Slam winner, and I reckon that's just a mainstream prediction nowadays. But it was interesting to see Draper chop him this week, but he's so young. Give him time. He'll be up there. And funny, we were at a bunch of the same challenges as him last year. I was at like Granby, Chicago, and he just had that aura sort of where he was very professional, very nice, would greet everybody, just went about his own business. No like arrogance whatsoever about him. Just looked really comfortable in his own skin for somebody that was only 17, I think, at the time, if that. So yeah, big things for him. I think that as his serve gets better, it's going to help big time, and he's just going to evolve everything and tighten everything up. And obviously, I think he's can probably copy Alcaraz and get that drop shot going good when you have such a big forehand. If you can have a droppy as well.
Benefits of going to college in California?
Benefits of college. Keegan Smith can answer that one. We'll defer that one. Yeah, definitely doesn't. Depends what college you go to, but most colleges it would really good for your tennis. Really good for your tennis. Just really develop 4 years of sort of hard work and structure around you, and just having the right people around you, I wish I went to college in California. Would have been good. What do you think was your favorite tennis moment? Making Shanghai main draw or making AO main draw, Dano? I think that's obvious. Yeah.
AO main draw. For sure.
Thoughts on Ollie Anderson?
Top 3 of hitting the ball out of the middle of the strings in the world.
Yeah.
That's what I think of him. And besides his tennis, he's an absolute legend, one of our best mates.
One of our best mates, yeah, such a good dude. Sorry, I cut you off a bit there as well. The AO main draw for you was definitely the...
oh, yeah. Oh, I just answered it quite short. Yeah, AO for sure. AO is just the best tournament ever. Just home crowd, just nothing like it. Nothing like it. Should I buy a 5-pack of lessons from Cole Schmidt? I heard he's a good coach. What are his best qualities? I reckon you should buy a 5-pack of lessons from Cole Schmidt.
Yeah, do a
I heard he's
package
a good
deal.
coach too.
He used to coach Max Purcell.
Yeah.
I heard that he let Max go, though. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
But depends.
Yeah, he let Max go. So
depends who you ask. Here in Canberra, which he won, Fonseca they're talking about, after his semi-final win, he went indoor immediately after practice to some things with his coach. Respect. Yeah, I also see after he won first round, before he played Draper, who did he play? He beat somebody first round. Do you remember Indian Wells? Anyway, he beat somebody first round and he went straight. I saw Tennis TV made a post about it. He went straight to the practice court. And to be fair, that's epic, but a lot of players will do that at challenges or guys that want it. Like if you go out there, if you really want to get better, and if you go out there, even if you win, if you have a shit day on your second serve, or you miss you shank a few forehands under pressure, whatever it is, something's not going right that day. Get back out there and work on it.
Yeah, people are scared that you're gonna not be fit. You should be fit enough to be able to do that.
Yeah, unless you're having a marathon.
Yeah, unless you have a 6 in there.
Yeah, if it's you got to be constantly having that process mentality of getting better, and he obviously has that. I just saw Jody McGinley just said, "G'day, gents," from Changeover Podcast. If anyone knows that Changeover Podcast, epic podcast in the US, and we're busy. We've been chatting with him. We're gonna get on.
Sorry, boys, it's been tough.
Get on. Yeah, we haven't been the most receptive with lining up a time. It's been tough with 3 different time zones and different schedules, but we're gonna get on that podcast soon. Check that podcast out. It's epic. I was listening today.
Dinner soon, by the way.
Elliot Ziri on it. Yeah, sounds good. All right, let's just do this last one that's here. What did you enjoy more, Dane, playing Wimbledon qualifying or Roland Garros qualifying?
Probably Roland Garros, because Wimbledon qualies isn't actually at Wimbledon. It's at Roehampton, which is a site nearby. So probably Roland Garros, even though playing on grass is more fun. I think just the atmosphere is just better at Roland Garros, and because you're actually playing at Roland Garros. So that was pretty sick.
I think that's changing next year, huh? Or is it a bit later?
Really?
Yeah, they're expanding the site. Might not be this year, but it might be soon.
True. Where a Rangi is?
I don't know.
Kind of shit.
Not sure. Just remember hearing it. And me being from South Africa, do you think anybody will make it on the tour? Well, Lloyd Harris got to 31 in the world.
Is there anyone coming up from South Africa?
Check that. There's 2 guys.
Yeah, what's that guy's name?
Chris Van Wyck, and what's the other guy I met?
What's his name?
Ollie played him recently. I'm having a mind blank.
Starts with a K, his last name, maybe? No.
Anyway,
double P in the last name.
Yeah, something like that.
Clopper.
Nah. Anyway, Lloyd Harris will get back up there. He's a very good player. He'll get back. I thought he was going to hang it about 30 in the world, but he got injured and he's been struggling with heaps of injuries. But he's got a big game, great serve, and I think if he stays healthy, he'll be a top 50 player again. I hope he's a really nice guy as well. I hope he gets back there. I'm going to pump this last one out, and then we're both going to go to dinner. Hey, Cal, what's your thoughts on Jacob Fernley's rise, and do you think he has potential for top 50? Obviously, yeah, definitely has potential for top 50. He went last year. I did an Insta story on it.
He went from top 50 for sure.
He went from 600 to top 100 last year, and what was it? In third, how was it? How many tournaments was it? 13 tournaments or something.
It was something ridiculous.
It was just he won. He won in his first 4 challenges. He won 3 of them. It's just absurd. So anybody, if you grab somebody that's 70 in the world and give them no ranking, if they do that, that's really impressive. Or rather, I should say, I don't even think they can do it as quick as him.
They wouldn't do it. No way. That's only shit that the people top 10 do. I feel like.
Yeah. So I think
he's so good.
He's really good, and he backs himself. So I think I could see Fernley getting top 20. You reckon?
Yeah, definitely. I reckon he could even crack 10. Yeah.
All right.
And question for you, Dan. How to play on clay, grass, or hard? Definitely clay. Definitely. That's the hardest for sure. Just the movement and just the game is just very different on clay. I think a lot of hardcore specialists would agree with that. Seb Corder probably would agree.
Okay, that's it. So what we're going to do, if anyone's still listening, we're going to go.
Yeah, thanks. Send us a message if you guys liked it.
We're going to chime in. We're going to get live.
Try and do it weekly.
It may just be me, but I'm going to actually bring some. I've got heaps of stuff I was going to talk about. I didn't even get to. The questions just kept rolling, which is epic. So thanks everyone for chiming in. Appreciate it. And the app will be out soon. And yeah, good night all.
See you, Cal. Love you all. Thanks for watching.
All righty, brother.
Bye.
Chat soon.
See ya.